Welcome, Transformers fans. My name is Composite EnerJoe, and today we'll be bringing my review of the there we go, the Transformers The Last Night Allspark Tech Drift, and this will most likely be my last of the Allspark Tech reviews since I only have 3. I'm not gonna hunt down the last 2, which are Bumblebee and Hound. I don't care. If I happen to find them and I feel like getting them, then I might, and then I'll do the reviews on them. But like, honestly, this is the last one I got. I ended up getting one of each one so that I can activate all of the colors on this. Autobot for blue, Shadow, Spark, Optimus for purple, and Barricade for red, because, Decepticon. He was the only Decepticon in the line. So yeah, Cube. You know what this does? You plug it in, lights and sounds. Simple enough. Now for Drift. Here he is in his vehicle mode, which is a sports car that is, I guess, based on his, what was it, his Mercedes? Was it a Mercedes that he turned into? Because he was originally a Bugatti, but then they lost the license and switched it to another car. It was either a Mercedes or an Audi. I honestly do not remember at the top of my head. Yeah, that's real professional of me, not doing my research beforehand. But that's regardless, because this doesn't look like any of them. So not that much. It does look cool and sleek, but it's nothing too special. I guess out of the vehicle modes, out of the 3, I like the Barricade's vehicle mode the most, since it resembled what it was supposed, since it resembled its movie counterpart, and it just looked nice. I'd have to say that, yeah, that's about it. The Optimus one, if it didn't have the feet the way that they were, and it didn't look so stubby, yeah, I wouldn't be much of a problem. It's too short, but that's neither here nor there. This is not bad. This is pretty good. I'd say this is sort of the middle ground of the vehicles. I like the Barricade one a little more. So for transformation, it's 5 steps. You got the feet, the legs, separate the legs. Step 4, and then step 5, just do that, and then the extra one of just either folding it down like that or like that. I prefer like this. Do I? No, I actually prefer like this to cover the red. And there we go. This is Drift. And let's take a look at that head sculpt, and it's not bad. I think it's a bit more serious. It's a very serious, stoic look that he's got. And the helmet bits are soft rubber, or a soft plastic. There you go. And unlike the other ones, Drift here, I think, might have the best articulation in terms of the 3 Allspark Tech figures, because he's got the same type of articulation, but he can actually use it, because he's not, his limbs are not restricted like the other ones. Because even Barricade has, Optimus Prime had those huge shoulders, so he couldn't move his arms. And then you had a Barricade who could use it, but he was still too bulky for his own good, so he couldn't use it like 100%. Drift here, you got a wide range of movements compared to the other ones. Ball joint at the head, ball joint at the arms, up and down, ball joint at the elbows, so he can go a lot of poses. Ball joints at the legs, at the thighs, I think. And that's about it. And then a little up and down on each foot, if you really want to. And that's about it. So yeah, in terms of vehicle modes out of the 3, not vehicle mode, in terms of robot modes, I would say that Drift here is the best one in terms of articulation and sort of presentation. Yeah, he looks more. Look, you can move him. It's just as simple as that. He has the best, in my opinion, has the best robot mode, since it's actually functional. At least more so than the other 2. He's a little bit better than Barricade, and he's a lot better than Optimus, than Shadow Spark Optimus. So let's get on to the main event here, which are his lights and sounds. And this is the part where, for lights and sounds, I'm going to tell you right now, Optimus wins, because it's the original Optimus Prime voice. Now, let me get my light here and show off his inwards, because he also has the same amount of nice detailing on the inside and on the sort of underside of his chest. So, let's insert this and see what he says. Blue light because Autobot. Oh, not. There we go. Drift, okay. Alright, Drift, what do you want to say?
If we only defend, we lose the war.
Yeah, that's not Ken Watanabe from the movie. I actually really like that voice in the movie.
The path of the warrior is lifelong.
I mean, this isn't bad, but it just sounds generic, even stereotypical.
All war is deception.
And I honestly, I'm not feeling his phrases. It's not like, you know, Barricade, who has the one phrase I like, and Optimus, who has a bunch that I like.
Honor by the blade.
And let's see what his movements. So,
Taste my blades. I cut the Decepticons down.
no, that's not a bad one.
Fool,
Huh.
you've been cut off.
Okay, that one was funny. Yeah, jokes.
Katana slice.
Yeah, that's okay.
Blade barrage.
I'm gonna stomp. There we go. I got the stomp. That's it. I think they all share the same stomp effect. And I think what's different is the color that pops up. Depending on the figure, it's either red, blue, or purple.
Your anger is your worst enemy.
And well, let me just transform to get him those sounds. Oh. Love that. And yeah, when you transform in his vehicle mode, he's get different sounds. However, I think that along with the stomping, and I even think the actual attacking sound, excuse me, is the same as all the other ones.
Your spark. If we only defend, we lose the war.
I think this sounds more like a car than the other ones. But let's face it, it's nothing special. So, let me pop this out. And that's about it. And that's it for his licensed sounds. Now that I've seen all three of them, and yeah, this is probably going to be my last Allspark Tech review. I don't plan on looking for Hound and Bumblebee, who are the other two in the line. But I don't know. Who knows? If I'm able to locate them and they're not, you know, overpriced or something, we'll see. It really depends on the time and place that I actually encounter them, and if I even feel like getting them. I'm actually pretty good with these three, with this one, Barricade, and Optimus, because I gives me access to all of the colors that this thing can show, which is purple for Shadow Prime, blue for Drift, and red for Barricade. And that's pretty much it. It's the same, essentially the same thing as the other two. What changes is, oh yeah, in terms of the voice of the use of this, I find Shadow Prime to be the best one, because it's the original voice of Optimus. It's Peter Cullen, the actual Optimus voice, and he's doing all of his famous lines, like, you know, one shall stand, one shall fall. I am Optimus Prime. And, you know, Autobots transform and roll out. So yeah, it's the best use. So essentially, each one, in this sort of weird way, each one of these figures does one thing better than the others, and then at the same time is the worse at the other. As the others, if that makes any sense. Well, no, because I find Barricade to be sort of the middle ground, even though I think his vehicle mode is the best. So yeah, each one has one thing that I like more than the others. In terms of vehicle mode, I like Barricade's vehicle mode, and find his robot and use of this to be in the middle. Drift, I like his robot mode. I think his vehicle mode is okay, and I think that this was sort of a wasted opportunity here. This is just not that great for Drift. And Optimus had an okay vehicle mode, a not so great vehicle mode, a not so great a robot mode. It looks nice, but it doesn't move. Like, it looks nice as a statue, and but it's got no articulation. But it has the very best use of the sounds, because, like I said, it's original Prime. So I would say, like, who honestly would I recommend Drift? If by this point, if I haven't convinced you that the idea of the cube is really cool. Like how I figured that this whole idea using the cube for lights and sounds done. If you don't like it, don't bother. But if you do like it, like I said in my other reviews, get these guys at a discount. Do not pay full price. They are not worth. Drift here, I think, is the Drift here, his robot mode, I think, is the most comparable when it comes to paying a deluxe class price. I think that's fine. I still feel these things, because of how simple they are, should be around Legends class price, not deluxe. I feel deluxe is a little bit overpriced, and definitely do not pay Voyager or especially Leader class price for the starter packs. They are not worth that. They really are not. So overall, both this figure is okay. I already mentioned everything. In terms of trivia, there's nothing. There's no remolds or anything. I already mentioned them. The line was canceled, so there's not really much else I can say that I haven't said, in my other videos. And that's pretty much it. Overall, it's a nice gimmick. It's a nice feature. Not gimmick, because I do like it, but not so great on the execution. And what also hurt it, as I said before, is that these figures, I think, were way overpriced, and they didn't do enough to do that. As I saw when I was listening to the effects and the sounds in the other figures, they recycle a lot of the sounds. I think they all share the same vehicle noises. The actual clashing noise is the same, and so is the stomping. In terms of sounds, what's different among them are the actual lines of dialogue. That's what's different. All of the other sound effects are reused. So even they had a nice concept, but they still cut corners with it. Not just on the figures not being, not doing anything. In the case of the Optimus Primes, they're basically just statues, and with cable that prevents them from moving, or they move, but not enough to justify the price. And this thing could have been better. I feel it's a neat little idea. It's a cool feature. I like it, and that's why I got them. But it could have been done better. I feel this is a nice little start. And I bet you that if they lowered the price on them, like I said, have each individual figure be Legends class, and have the starter pack be either deluxe or at the very least like movie premium edition deluxe, but no more than that, because it's not really worth it. Oh, and also they also should have sold this thing by itself, not just in starter packs. They should have been sold by itself at Legends class price along with the figures, and then it would have been better, because you would have just bought this and then one figure, and then boom, you have your thing, because you only need one to have them do the sounds. And that's about it. Well, that's it for the Allspark tech lines. I say overall, neat idea, not so great on the execution. And Drift here is he's not bad. Just what's sad about him is that the actual feature, which is this, is not so great on him, in my opinion. And that's really all I have to say. So this has been my review of the Transformers The Last Knight Allspark Tech Drift. It's probably going to be the last time you see the cube here, which is pretty cool. I actually really like this Allspark Tech cube. And this is Composite EnerJoe signing off. Peace out.